Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Biology Spark. Myself Dr. Dharmistha Movalia, and let's practice some MCQ belong to the chapter 19 standard 11th excretory products and their elimination, and these are the most important MCQ for NEET examination. Let us practice. Juxtaglomerular apparatus is formed by modification in the modification in the afferent arteriole and DCT, efferent arteriole and PCT, afferent arteriole and PCT, and efferent arteriole and PCT. We know that juxtaglomerular apparatus is a microscopic structure which is particularly formed at the junction of DCT, which are returning DCT tubule of the same nephron, and at the junction with afferent arteriole. So this one is the afferent arteriole, which are then divided into glomerular capillaries, then efferent arteriole. So here the wall of DCT is there, and this leads to the modification. The cells of afferent arteriole as well as DCT are modified, which leads to the formation of juxtaglomerular apparatus, which is formed by the juxtaglomerular cells of afferent arteriole JGA and macula densa of DCT cells. So macula densa plus juxtaglomerular apparatus and Laches cells, which leads to the formation of juxtaglomerular apparatus. The part of nephron that help in the reabsorption of sodium chloride, so only permeable for salt but impermeable for water. So Bowman's capsule, no any reabsorption is there. DCT, again particularly reabsorption of sodium chloride, that is ascending limb of loop of Henle's, which is permeable for salt and impermeable for water. So the correct answer is C. Next one, in the renal tubules, the permeability of DCT and collecting duct to water is controlled by. So which particularly components control the permeability from DCT and collecting duct, that is of water, means which components leads to the control the permeability of water or reabsorption of water. So aldosterone hormone, we know that aldosterone hormone particularly secreted from adrenal cortex, and which leads to the reabsorption of salt along with some amount of water, but mostly it leads to the reabsorption of minerals, particularly Na and Cl minus. Vasopressin, the correct answer is vasopressin. It is also called as an antidiuretic hormone, which is secreted by the posterior pituitary gland when the decrease in the water level or either decrease in the blood pressure or blood volume. The ADH hormone, it is also act as a powerful constrictor as well as also regulate the permeability of DCT and collecting duct towards the water. So correct answer is particularly B. Which of the following statement is correct? Now, which of the following statement is correct? Vasa recta is present in cortical nephron, but we know that vasa recta is either absent or either highly reduced. It is well developed in the juxtamedullary nephron. Maximum number of nephron in kidney are juxtamedullary type. No, because maximum number is of cortical nephron. DCT of many nephron opens into the collecting duct. So correct answer is C. So this statement is correct one. Move to the next one. Which of the following statement is not correct with respect to human kidney? Not correct with respect to the human kidney. So move to the next. Particularly the peripheral region is called cortex and central medulla. Yes, this statement is right. The peripheral part is called as a cortex and middle part or central part is called as medulla. Malpighian capsules are present in the cortex region. This one is also correct one. Malpighian bodies are present in the cortex, while loop of Henle's and collecting duct are present in the medullary region. Blood enters the glomerulars through efferent arteriole. So again, not correct, means incorrect statement is C because it is not efferent but it is afferent arteriole which carries blood to the glomerulus. So this one is the correct answer. Move to the next one. If Henle's loop were absent from the mammalian nephron, which of the following event is to be expected? So Henle's loop, we know the function of Henle's loop. Henle's loop, which is a U-shaped structure which have a two-part ascending and descending limb, and mostly the role of loop of Henle's is to concentrate the salt in the interstitium, the tissue which is surrounding the loop, and also it leads to the formation of concentrated urine. So if loop of Henle's is absent, so there will be no urine formation. Yes, urine formation is there. So this one is incorrect, no any change. So this one is also incorrect. Urine will be more concentrated, also incorrect one, but urine will be more diluted. So right answer is the D answer, because we know the functions of loop of Henle's, which particularly forms the more concentrated urine, and in absence of loop of Henle's, more diluted urine is there. Which of the following statement is correct with respect to the kidney functions and regulation? So during the summer, when body loses loads of water by evaporation, the release of ADH is suppressed. We know that in summer season more loss of water is there, so it must be necessary to conserve the water, and ADH hormone help in the conservation of water, so release of ADH is not suppressed. So wrong statement. When someone drinks a lot of water, ADH release is suppressed. Yes, this one is the right answer, because when someone drinks more amount of water, then ADH release is suppressed, because no, or either there is a too little ADH in the blood, because already too much water is there, and urine in this case that is more diluted, and ultimately ADH release is suppressed. Exposure to the cold temperature again stimulate ADH release, and so these both statement are also incorrect, because in cold temperature no perspiration, no loss of water, so it doesn't stimulate the ADH release. Move to the next one. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Which of the following statement is incorrect? Counter current flow of blood in vasa recta helps to retain the reabsorbed sodium in the renal medulla. So we know that what is the role of counter current flow. Particularly it helps in the reabsorption of sodium in the renal medulla. So it makes more and more concentrated and more formation of concentrated urine, counter current mechanism. Glomerular filtrate is a protein free plasma. This one is also right, because in filtrate no protein are present. Vasa recta carry glomerular filtrate from DCT to the collecting duct. So this one is the incorrect statement. Vasa recta are a series of straight capillaries which are present in the medulla region, which are parallel to the loop of Henle's and which carries blood, not carries the filtrate. So again incorrect statement is C. C answer is the right answer. Which of the following statement are correct? Glucose has a high threshold volume. Urine is concentrated in the loop of Henle's. Both are correct one. Hemodialyzer remove urea, uric acid, glucose and protein. This one is incorrect, because hemodialyzer only remove the urea and small amount of uric acid. It not remove the glucose and proteins. In glomerulus, urea, uric acid, water, glucose and plasma protein are filtered out. We know that filtrate doesn't consist of plasma protein. So again this statement is also incorrect. So correct answer is first and second statement. So C answer is the right answer. Now move to the next one. Workers in the deep mines usually suffer from dehydration because water is lost due to evaporation, water is lost due to defecation, water is lost in form of urine, or water is lost along with the salt in the form of sweating. So correct answer is D, because worker which are present or either present in the deep mines, they have a more perspiration, and they are usually suffer from dehydration because particularly water is lost along with the salt in form of sweating. If excess water pass out from tissue without being restored by kidney, if they are passed out without being restored by kidney, then what happens to the cell? So burst open and die. So this one is also wrong. The correct answer is B answer. So what happens if water is passed out from tissue? It is not from the cell. Here you have to just concentrate here. What happens to the cell? Because this one is the cell, and here there is a water fluid that is called as a tissue fluid. So here there is a presence of again cytoplasm in the cells. So the question is that if water is passes out from the tissue, not from the cells, so ultimately there is no any affected to the cells if water is passed out, because individual cells doesn't have any role in this process. Excess water in the blood affect the osmoreceptor which are also present in hypothalamus, and blood volume receptor which are present in the left atrium. So particularly which leads to the release of ADH hormone. So that body hydration is also regulated by removal of excess water in the kidney, excess water by the kidney. So ADH hormone is ultimately released and which leads to the reabsorption of water, but no cell is affected at all. There is a no sugar in the urine. There is a no sugar in the urine. The blood entering the kidney has more sugar than leaving the kidney, because now we know that sugar is no filtration of sugar. Filtration is there, but 100% reabsorption of sugar is carried out by blood. But even though blood which enter into the kidney have a more sugar as compared to blood which leave the kidney, because sugar used by the kidney cells in the metabolism. So correct answer is A. The cell of kidney also carry out the respiration, that is aerobic respiration, in which glucose is used in metabolic process. Oxygen and glucose are used in metabolic reactions, and which leads to the release of energy. Which of the following is correctly explain the function of specific part of human nephrons? So again, podocytes which creates a minute space or slit pores for the filtration of blood into the Bowman's capsule. So first answer is the correct answer, because the slit pores are the minute space which are present in the podocyte cells of Bowman's capsule. Henle's loop, most reabsorption of major substance, because Henle's loops have a no or either very little role in the reabsorption of components. DCT, reabsorption of K plus ion into the surroundings, no reabsorption of K plus ion but secretion of K plus ion. Afferent arteriole carries blood away from, it not carries blood away, but afferent arteriole carries blood towards the glomerulus. What will happen if a stretch receptor of urinary bladder wall are totally removed? So there will be no micturition, urine will not collect in the bladder, micturition will continue, and urine will continue to collect normally in the bladder. Now what will happen? We know that particularly the urinary bladder have a stretch receptor, and that stretch receptor particularly send a signal to the autonomous nervous system for the empty of bladder. But if stretch receptor are not working or they are not removed, then no stretching of urinary, particularly urinary bladder, there is no filling of bladder, as well as also no controlled by the nervous system, and there it leads to the micturition continues. Urine will flow out continuously from urinary bladder into the urethra. So the right answer is the C answer. So these are the some important question. Again, last one, the patient was diagnosed that one process of his excretory system was not functioning, due to which urine is not concentrating out. One of the part of excretory system is not properly work. What is the symptoms? Urine is not concentrating, it means dilute urine is pass out. So which organs is affected? Ultimately we know that the loop of Henle's leads to the concentration of urine, and so ultimately which concentration of urine depends? So concentration of urine is depends upon the length of loop of Henle's. Again you have to remember here that in desert animals, or those animals which are survive in a very less amount of water condition, they have a long loop of Henle's, and ultimately more concentrated urine is formed. So these all are the most important MCQ for the NEET examination. You go through all the MCQs, and hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to share and subscribe and like the video.